Sylas, also maybe for Angel, depending on how highly he values that.
Okay, well, there's SofM's Wukong. Now, you talked about like Clid Trundle, looking at the bottom lane of FPX. This is something that's been done many times before, but usually with Yuumi. And so the Sivir coming through yet again. Do we have a Sivir in game 1, Dagda? We did, right? Huanfeng, yeah. And that's because he didn't do much, as you said in game.
It was the
he didn't have to do much.
Game.
He was very visible.
It was the easiest game for an AD carry. Just like, wait up, guys. I get a couple of autos in here.
True.
But the Sivir will be locked in now for LWX. So a potential to see something like a Jinx maybe answered here for Huanfeng, which I think would be kind of cool. The Sylas going to be taken away as well. So then it becomes a question, what do Weibo want to try and answer this with? Because he could also go for a Gnar pick up very quickly here for TheShy, if he so desires. But it feels like with this patch and the nerf to Gnar, teams have kind of been less likely to go towards that Gnar.
People don't like Zeri though. I mean, Zeri's still at 12-14. What we saw earlier on in game 3, it was a bit of a whoopsie. So, Weibo Gaming gets that. Angel on Azir is always interesting as well. Let's see what FPX round up with, because this is an option for Summit, Dagda, or give Clear one of those jungle picks we're talking about.
Yeah, I was curious to see if they were actually just going to respond with the Kassadin, maybe try and move the Sylas around the map, but I mean, Sylas not going to go into the top lane too comfortable unless he knows exactly what he's up against, but Care, locking in the Gwen for Summit. You just saw what it can do. You've got short range carries on Weibo in the Zeri, so maybe we get that one shot potential for Summit, but this game's going uber late game right now, Hysterics, so we're going to be strapped in for a while here.
I love that the Shy respect band comes through this time though, like FPX, bit of PTSD, and Summit not willing to deal with it in the Gwen matchup. Dagda, I wonder if we're going to get a Jace ban. That's my other question, because TheShy loves Jace, and back when Gwen got released, a lot of top laners were willing to take that matchup, but Jax is also a worthy one, as TheShy has also popped off on that a couple of times to split too.
I'd love to see the Jace. I think it works really well here too. You've got a lot of poke that can come through with the Zeri, Jace, Azir having a lot of range. Very short range composition on FPX's side. Good engage to follow up on that, or even disengage from the Wukong. I think Jace could be a phenomenal pick here, so I think you might have hit the nail on the head. I thought like we haven't seen it from TheShy this split either. Like, he's sitting on 5 games of Jace this split. It's his second most played. So I'd be more than happy to see that one come through.
I just love it because no one else is playing Jace. Like, you know, TheShy always brings out some of these flavorful picks. We've got 10 games in total, but remember, weren't you telling me today, Dagda, this is our 300th game, or at least the first game was?
Yeah, the first game was our 300th game of the split. So we're now on our 303rd game of the split. Yeah,
304th, 5th. Like, yeah, dude. The fact that we go through that many, and it's only the end of week 9, so we've got a couple more to go through. But yeah, that, you know, 10 games. Again, the point is it is available, Dagda. So if you agree with it, I'd like to see what TheShy pulls up here, because we already have solo lane for Angel. We need a support as well, but TheShy Fiora, it might be even more hyped up.
That is going to be a matchup and a half in the top lane. So a lot of trading back and forth for TheShy, seeing if he can get that advantage in that top side. And I'm excited to see it on as well. Bringing the Pyke back out again means that Huanfeng is just going to be abandoned in this bot side. It's going to be right, I got my Moby boots. I'm going to the top lane. Come with me, SofM.
Looking forward to this one already, Dagda. Looking through it with pretty scared eyes. The Summit's got a big job to do, while Clid Lee Sin, it's something a lot of international fans will be familiar with, especially when he was on SKT. For FPX, Dagda, run me through a little bit, because you already talked about the late game scaling, but I feel like we do have a bit of early skirmishing presence, especially between the mid 2v2 we highlighted at the start of the show.
Yeah, I think definitely the skirmishing power is on favor of the mid jungle for FPX. I just don't see moments where they'll really be able to get much value from it. You've got the push potential from the Azir will always keep the Sylas in check. It's very hard to lock down the Azir as well as a Sylas and a Lee Sin. You don't have the CC coming through from the jungle to kind of set that one up, and in theory you just slide and glide your way out as Angel, which makes it kind of tough. You don't have the push power on the bot side of the map either. Although, like, at least in the if On is roaming around, you should be in okay spot. Actually, I take that back. I think with the Ricochet Blades, LWX should be able to get a good amount of control there. So maybe you can try and find something around early Dragons or Clid playing around bot side, but it definitely feels like Clid is more trying to act as a bridge to that later point of the game, where maybe he can cause issues for some of the poke that's on Weibo's side and try and put attention down towards LWX instead.
Because, I mean, if we go to late game, right, there's going to be a couple of conditions we need to talk about, Dagda. At the very least, as we get into game, what's on stake for this one is FPX's playoff life. It has been such a rough split. And you might all remember, if you're tuning into the first couple of weeks, I said when FPX went 0-5, I said, bye Phoenix, bye. I still don't regret those words because this has been one of the roughest splits for FPX when their roster still looks good. But 6-8. They need both series wins. They're already going to a Game 3 Dagda if they're going to find a win here. And Weibo Gaming in a much better position where their playoff life is going to be determined, well, in playoffs, because they're already secured. And more so, this is about locking in themselves into the top 6. Welcome back to Summoner's Rift as we continue to ask ourselves the question whether the Phoenix can fly once again. And already TheShy on this Fiora is going to be going deep. Spots out Summit. Hello, would you like the trade? They get the ward, and I guess TheShy will now back off.
That's it. It's over. Top lane's over. That's it.
Okay, that's true. But hey, Angel also got a CS, dude. So maybe bid's over too. Care actually flashed. Wait. Care's flash is gone, Dagda. What happened?
Oh, actually, I didn't see that one. Also, I was actually going to say, genuinely, Summit getting the experience from the ward will give him level 2 faster in this top side, so might help him out just a smidge. Also, I like the way we're seeing a difference in summoner spells here from TheShy, going towards Ghost so we can have a lot of chase down potential in team fights and be much more stronger in team fights, whereas Summit taking the ignite for the laning phase. So a little bit of back and forth there, and we'll see exactly how it's going to pay off. But already TheShy, you can see Grasp of the Undying, the damage that's coming off that passive is so absurd right now with the Fiora, because the durability update just gave more damage to or more health to people, which means Fiora just does more damage. Yeah,
as Ignite's going to go down. Look, Clid's here now trying to play through the wave, but the safeguard, TheShy in trouble, gets Grasp, almost gets Summit. He took Ghost, remember, so no Ignite to be seen. TheShy dies the first blood, and Clid's level 2 gang couldn't come at a moment too soon.
And that's exactly what we needed from Clid. The stopgap to help FPX get to those late game team fights, and he does it spectacularly there. Will give up some of his camps to SofM here, but that's not what this is about for Clid. It's all about making sure that FPX are in a good spot, and he's already helped massively in that top lane.
And that first blood going to Clid as well in the Lee Sin, when we know Lee Sin gets so proactive on. I just want to point out, Dagda, there's one thing I didn't mention here. TheShy might have died to first blood, but he's on Fiora, and we all know from 2018 that's his world skin. As Clid's coming for a repeat gank, and you can see keep TheShy down this operation trying to be a success.
Yeah, I think TheShy kind of went so mature level down and going aggressive. The jungler is definitely here, but now he's got company.
Okay, Clid versus SofM, safeguard into Sonic Wave. He's got a lot of damage from Clid to start off, but as it continues on, the top laners versus the junglers in the river. Clid takes a hefty trade as TheShy doing the same against Summit, but with the wave pushing in, TheShy just needs to catch, and SofM needs to retreat. We begin already with blood in the eyes of both our jungles.
Weibo would have loved to have been able to take that 2v2, but with the size of the wave, TheShy was being zoned away by Summit, and Clid just having that advantage in the early stage.
Okay, Sonic Wave onto SofM. Will Clid take it? Not for now. Still pushing him off of Wolves, and I mean, this early game from Clid Dagda is just insane. The Wolf, oh my god! that Wolf
is so PM!
What is that? Well, yeah, SofM, go kill it. I mean, that's a revenge kill at this point. Is On's roaming. What is this game? Flash, Phantom Undertow, and Care's dead on you, absolute madman.
And it's a weird roam timer from On as well, because look at that wave in the bot side, right? It is fully crashing, but I mean, On feeling comfortable to just go for this play. Now looking for Clid.
Steal it. Oh no, Clid got it with the Tempest. Of course you were mowed after that. That was close, but we're getting shenanigans here in this early game, Dagda, and you did say it was going to be, you know, a late game scaler, but these early lanes have so far entertained the hell out of us.
They really have, and I think it's been like super weird timers by both sides being exploited, right? Clid going for 2 ganks within the first few minutes into this top side, like at the level 2, and now we're seeing on, like, look at this wave bot side, right? Like, this is a big wave, but on is like, well, if I can find this timer, I can turn this around and get that initial kill over towards Angel. So just really, really, like, good exploitation of expectations on both sides of these squads.
It was that flash we didn't get in the early game, Dagda. Like, is this... Oh, this is what happened. Oh, my God, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God, Cat. Look, he did it in front of Angel. So, you know what? Let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. He did it on purpose. He didn't need flash. That's what he thought as Hung gets hooked in. I'm just going to say that Care did not care about burning the summoner. Let's say that one.
He should have cared. He really should have.
Of course he did, Dagda, of
It will be back up in just a moment, though, which at least will give him a bit more safety from here on out. But again, like, you're getting a good amount of control here for Angel. He'll get a slow push here, which means that they're probably going to look off of the push on bot side to look across for Dragon in the next little while. Clid looks like he might be trying to bypass that, though, by initially moving in towards the mid lane. Maybe trying to help it collapse. And I was going to say turn towards Dragon, but looks like it's not going to be the case, as Clid will be spotted out by a nice ward from Angel.
Sonic Wave not actually connecting on Raptors, which just stole it away by SofM. Clid, you need to clear the camp. Oh, he doesn't see it. It's the last chicken. SofM's love for KFC is just so good.
That's still a level 1 chicken. This was SofM doing it off of the initial gank that Clid went topside. So long time before those are going to be backed up and relevant as on.
Hung. He's going to get out with a grand entrance. Again, we keep going to lanes with close calls. Clid wasting a bit of time there, going back and forth, really thinking about it. But for Clid, a nuisance, an absolute nuisance. You pulled out the level of the camp as well, Dagda, which was a good call. And Clid has put a lot of his time into these ganks, but he's still keeping up with CS, while SofM, for now, is in this top side too. I'm kind of curious as to whether they go in for the shot.
I mean, after this series, are you surprised?
The 6th grand challenge. Hang on a minute. TheShy in a 1v2. His jungler nowhere nearby. Safeguard. Sonic Wave doesn't connect, and TheShy walks out of there with his ghost now down yet again.
Yeah, so let's be careful, as Clid could land the Sonic Wave, but we'll just back away. Rift Herald in 45 seconds, though, means that we need to see TheShy, well, get some health or look for the reset. But we're not, again, kind of seeing Weibo play down towards this bottom side. We said, hey, you got Angel with a massive wave that's about to crash in mid. You had presence down on this bot side if you wanted to try and go for Dragon as well. But they're not really doing anything with this. Huanfeng still hasn't reset, only now looking to go for that. Sitting on the coal.
Summit playing with fire up in this top lane. The matchup not going too well here, Dagda. Even though TheShy died early, the CS lead's starting to show itself. Summit has TP, so he'll come back to lane, but FPX are getting spotted out at every corner. They're trying to move up to the top side, Dagda. They're trying to give priority to Summit again.
Look at on bot side. He's snuck in behind this bot lane, but looks like he's not going to be able to do too much. I thought that with Huanfeng coming back to lane, because Huanfeng is running the ghost here. He actually popped the ghost to get back to lane. I thought they were going to go for a massively aggressive play there.
Close to, right? It might not be done yet. You called it out nicely, Dagda, because on in a great position. Boat Skewer, that was blind. Pulls out Hung and Lwx, who now turn for the attack, but it is only a half HP trade. On will be able to heal this up in a moment if he steps out of vision, but for Huanfeng trying to stop the back continuously as he gets Lwx, and they're just not letting them go back home.
They still have to be so careful because, yes, SofM is on this bot side, but again, SofM not playing massively for the lanes apart from kind of on this top side of the map. Rift Herald is up and available. It then becomes a question of where do Weibo want to put their attention. Looks like we're getting the answer. Is going to be Rift Herald on top side. And Clid maybe looking to try and make a gank happen top lane to see if he can disrupt this Rift Herald play from Weibo Gaming.
Ghost is down and TheShy has just gone in with a lunge. Clid level 6 here with the Dragon's Rage, and for TheShy having the grand challenge, it's going to be hard with Summit also having the needlework and Ignite up and available too. I'm just noticing the movement coming through from both mid and jungle. On as well is coming up with his mobility boots, but he'd be spotted on a ward. For FPX, now backing off, knowing that he's coming up, but that's not everyone. Clid's still here, and TheShy keeps pressing forward. He's being very patient, Dagda.
Clid really wants to make this play happen. Has flash, so could get in behind TheShy if he can get himself into position, but Weibo using this time to start up the Rift Herald on, just kind of hovering and making sure that things are uncomfortable for FPX.
TP coming in. The
Oh my
Shy's
God.
backing off for now. There's pings,
That's
there's
Hung.
missing pings. That is Hung, you're right with the Unsealed Spellbook. All for this Herald as FPX have 4 on the top side, but TheShy is keeping them busy as he runs into Clid. Summit at half HP with the needlework might be able to make something happen as Bone Skewer definitely doesn't want Summit. And with Scuttle in the way, it becomes precarious. Now onto the eye, FPX stealing away the Cyclone, and Summit jumps into On, who gets ignited, and it's a steal away. It's a local gold in this new patch that makes it an FPX win.
And it's a nice one there with the way that they were able to set it up on the map, right?
Cyclone.
Using the fact, oh, hang on.
I'm not sure. It's a Rakan though, and a Sylas. SofM thinking with his monkey brain. I don't know. Dagda, that's kind of offensive. I take it back as we get into 1v2 on the top side. Trying to negate some of the needlework. Flash into the Sonic Wave. Easily done. TheShy 0-2, and Clid getting stuff happening with the patience of the top side.
And again, it's trying to give these resources to Summit, make sure that he's more comfortable against TheShy, because in team fights with this build that we're seeing from the Gwens, it is going to be far more dangerous in a fight. SofM, I'm surprised actually. Yeah, okay, they will get the plate, so at least that goal will go across, but this ain't the best of starts here for TheShy. I mean, he giveth game 1. FPX are definitely taking from him game 2.
At least Clid as well this time as champion that he can continue being proactive on too. Oh, we look at the 1v2 on the top side again, Dagda, and TheShy jumping in. Yeah, good kick. Flashes past minion wave. That's nice from Clid.
Yeah, nicely done. I still think getting that kill across the Summit would have been far more valuable though, because as you can see, like 0-0-2 for Summit, TheShy has that CS lead still, so you're not getting these massive advantages that Summit can then start to carry this lane through. Instead, it's kind of going tit for tat. TheShy having some turret plates for himself as well. As that are solo turret plates means across the board you're kind of staying relatively even in gold on that top side.
But meanwhile, FPX also going to get bottom side. This is going to be huge for Lwx, who's had a quiet enough game. Herald's going to get the full first turret flood, share between Clid, share between Lwx. A big move here as FPX are going to even make the gank come through. Clid over the wall, but safeguard, no Dragon's Rage available. Huanfeng able to push us back. They just want a second charge, Dagda, but at the very least, they will not be given it.
They won't be able to get it, but they will get position on Dragon, which is what the actual win con here for FPX. Or at least, sorry, the win that they wanted here for FPX is.
Yep.
Should be able to get that with the push that's in mid, with it just kind of stabilizing itself out. So no real contest here for Weibo. This is something that we were kind of talking about already for Weibo. Little attention towards the bottom side of the map. Little attention towards Dragons. Came back to bite them against JDG.
Grand challenge, hang on. Summit misses the last piece of needlework. TheShy just pulls out the ulti in case it gets hairy and doesn't want to challenge him anything further. So both ultis burnt out in the meantime while we continue to look over the prospects of this fun matchup.
It is very much still about TheShy trying to get some poke onto those vitals, but Summit now does have a good amount of damage. TheShy is feeling a little bit feisty because he still has Ghost here and feels he can run away.
Yep. Yeah, he does. He does. However, you know, TheShy, even though Fiora one of his best champions, I'm still really sus on it at the moment. SofM is here, though, if it gets hairy, but look at Hung starting to move around. We talked about the Unsealed Spellbook. He has Ghost too as well, Dagda. And with Clid up in his favorite lane where he set up the tent at level 2, FPX have their eyes on the Summit prize, but they just want to keep getting ahead.
On will be spotted here. You've got so many members of FPX. TheShy has to be careful, but everyone will just back away. TheShy needs to now crash this wave though before Weibo leave, and TheShy might be in a bad spot now.
Sonic Wave does connect as Hung pops a Ghost, and in he comes onto TheShy. It's repelled though, and he runs away. Beautiful riposte, excuse me, from TheShy. He survives, and there's going to be no gank to be had.
Incredible riposte there, especially when you're able to dodge both, and now Summit.
Okay, well, into a 1v3, On gets the kill credit too, shares the gold, and that is a good response here as Care vs Angel is going to turn into the Emperor's Divide. Care just forcing out the ulti, while Weibo Gaming in the top side, Dagda, are able to get something back.
I mean, unfortunately, TheShy not getting involved in that is a little bit of a mishap, but still getting the kill across is going to be very nice to get SofM towards his Mythic and make sure that he's going to be set up nicely as we start to roll through the next Rift Herald, which is in a minute and a half. FPX, though, are in a good spot. Like, Kraken Slayer for Lwx, you've already got your Mythic there for the Lee Sin, who's got the 2 kills. Everfrost for the Sylas as well. Like, you're not really being shut out of this game too much. And I've just Sivir in the late game is so obnoxious to deal with.
On being cheeky here, Blast Cone taken, Hung almost getting over the wall with him, but look at bot. Care just burned his own stolen version of the Empress Dividers. Angel flashes away, but under turret Care now playing it risky as Angel surviving for so long. However, Care ain't taking that much damage and he's going to get away. However, scathed as Sun Turret won't clean him up. FPX bring the blood, continue the action, and continue to show us that they ain't slowing down.
Zeri will start to push in this mid lane for Weibo, though, and maybe start to lean up towards that top side, so Summit will back away. Clid!
Okay, on the hunt, over the wall, and this time they'll follow on, but Clid, even with his kick flash, On will manage to burn his own and get out of dodge. Dagda, Clid on Lee Sin. We all know he's just one of those players that has high expectations on the pick.
100%. I do think, though, burning Flash right before these Rift Herald fights isn't the best of ideas. Even burning the ultimate right before it if you're not guaranteed the kill. Care, though, pretty nice job here. Uses the passive to clear out the minion waves. So he gets the follow-up with the Abduct, stealing away the Emperor's Divide then as well. And I actually thought On might have tried to help him here, but you can see Weibo, the call was just like, no, not worth it. But even just like a couple of auto attacks with the Pyke could have killed him.
Look where we are again. And guess who's back? TheShy is getting real sick of this nonsense as he survives with a glimmer. You know, he survives Dagda. He should be 0-4 at this point. But again, close calls as SofM is flashing in on top of someone who has no ulti. Bops him down. Ends up being a solo kill with the duration of that top laner getting hit last. And TheShy now gets a bit of freedom with SofM finally getting revenge for his top lane.
It's a good call from SofM. He knows the Clid has no flash, has no Dragon's Kick, so when he goes in, he's not going to be forced out of the fight. So burning his ultimate to make that happen. FPX, though, are always in control of this mid lane with Lwx having that push. So they will move up towards this Rift Herald and get themselves that next objective. With 40 seconds until the Dragon, it feels like you just move mid, plonk down this Rift Herald, and continue this domination over the neutral objectives.
Again, FPX still with the gold lead here in this game. They got the early neutral in the mountain, but it's a very slow Dragon game. We're coming up in 20 seconds for the setup, Dagda, but that's 17.5 minutes where second Dragon spawns. We're going to get a very late soul if it gets to that point, and I'm not sure if it will with Weibo moving into River themselves. And we do have ourselves 4 Mythics on their side. Look at the other end, though. FPX with 4 Mythics plus a second item on Lwx.
This is where it gets to be a bit of a tricky equation for Weibo, because I think in a full 5v5, Weibo just aren't strong enough. Azir's not at a point he's good, TheShy on a Fiora versus where FPX are at. So you don't really want to commit TheShy to this. And in the 4v4 then, you're heavily reliant on Clid, who is still flashless to get some of these great plays off.
Just look at top. I mean, it keeps happening. Grand challenge close to getting through. I want to see that fight as he goes in under turret. TheShy, the solo kill on his 2018 World Skin. That's how you do it. As FPX drop the Herald in the mid lane, but Weibo Gaming know they now have energy in the top side.
And you've got the Terror that's going to fall in that top side as well. The reset can still come through for TheShy after that Terror falls and then TP in. So FPX trying to start up this one before that play can come through from TheShy.
Okay, as he backs away, TP with a full health bar is what we're waiting for, but FPX don't give him the chance. 2 Dragons, and now with the objective firm under their wing. Might see a pick here from On, but Care is not the one to be taken lightly either. So Weibo Gaming only for the kills. We look at the top side. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see this live Dagda, but we'll look again.
Yeah, I mean, Grasp the Undying does so much alongside these Vital procs, and then just consistently find it. Even there, you can see just about eking in behind to get the Vital proc, and then the Grand Challenge comes down. And even though you don't necessarily get the kill, it's just getting so much damage off, and then eventually just chasing down on her turret fast enough with the Ghost to close that distance.
We didn't get to see his final face as Angel now with his Sun Turret. Going to get dove here. Undertow is there available from Care. Excuse me, X marks the spot. What is the name of it, Dagda? I'm trying. I'm really trying here. Death from below. Said it earlier, but ran out of my mind. They don't get a chance to use it. What I wanted to say is, though, the face cam in the bottom left. TheShy just like so laissez-faire. Just, yeah, whatever. You know, didn't bat an eyelid. Just went for the solo kill. Didn't get to see the end of it, but That solo kill meaning a lot. Now with the 30 CS lead almost in Summit. Remember that Summit Dagda has been camped all game. And TheShy is the one who's coming out ahead in the lane. I know TheShy's Fiora is good against Gwen, but I still just don't understand how it's one-sided to a degree.
I think TheShy's just pretty good at video games. I think that's probably it. Because yeah, the 33 CS lead and the fact he's been camped has been absolutely incredible for the top side of the map, but it does feel like it's kind of the sole win condition for Weibo right now. Because when you look at the rest of the map, you've got Lwx, who's very quickly becoming an issue. Care, who's able to push in against Angel on side lanes as well. And even the threat of this Sylas in fights right now is so incredibly strong. i.e., nearly on the way for Lwx, you've got to be incredibly careful as Weibo that you are keeping pressure here with TheShy, but also utilizing whenever FPX do something like this, like moving multiple members up towards the top side, that you're actually responding elsewhere on the map.
FPX are now clear of vision though for the time being. Moving into this brush, it's a 4-man roam, ready for the outer turret. TheShy's moved up to the wave as Summit and Clid start threatening, but On and SofM are not too far behind. They're not moving over vision as FPX finally get their third outer turret, but they're moving down a river. I'm just waiting for SofM to start the engage, but knowing that his AD carry's not nearby, looks like they will back off for now. So gold trade for FPX, 1,500 in the lead, Dagda. We're hovering around Baron because Dragons aren't up for 2 minutes while Angel gets his turret. So we're just doing our due diligence, it seems. Moving into this mid game, and it gives me a chance to ask you a little bit about how FPX set up further for picks, because you can see Clid and Care just moving as a 2-man unit now.
Yeah, I like the way the FPX have just played this last bout because it does feed into, hey, we want to try and find fights at neutrals. Like, they give up bot tower, so Care resets and TPs mid to prevent Weibo from using all the pressure FPX put top to look for a mid tower in response. And it means now that, again, you always have this, like, bastion that you can work off of for the rest of the map. We want to try and play towards Dragons as FPX, but a minute and a half until the next one. I expect them to start trying to creep out their vision control, make sure that they're able to find these 5v5s. And again, they need to kind of give support towards Summit in some of these earlier plays here, right? Where On is threatening to play on top side. Because if you don't, well, if TheShy and On just make a play top, kill Summit, they get a tier 2, this next Dragon isn't really contestable. And that's why On is trying to play so aggressively up here with TheShy, see if he can play off the strong point of the map for later.
And if you're talking about how they set up, like, Vision comes into an argument because On has himself the Umbral Glaive. Like, that item's value is so incredible. 76 is his ward score already, and On is just moving through, clearing out any wards in his path. As Ignite down in the mid lane, he does it again. Must be to stop Lwx's back before we get to the drag and make sure he's a little bit late to the show.
I mean, you need to back for the IE as Lwx, but it means that you won't be in this position now to actually contest the vision as Weibo go through. Looks weird, very worthwhile for On to make that play happen. Like, look how late this is, 25 seconds now until the Dragon's up, and Lwx has only just reset. They may even get the tower off of that Ignite alone.
Oh my god, I mean, the follow-up play. On is thinking outside the box. If there was a 6 head, that's exactly the direction I'd go, as Lwx is now back here, but SofM is on a ward. They're going to turn for him as his exhausted flashes over the wall. Quick Cyclone on Hung is great. He's bought time, but Angel, as he comes through with the ultimate, Clid trying to get a response. Meanwhile, Summit is just going to walk into mortal danger. He goes golden, but TheShy is close to killing him as he walks away with barely a health bar. Weibo Gaming don't get a kill, but they sure as hell mitigated the fact of them getting caught.
I mean, that's 4 ultimates on Weibo down, though, so you still have to be very careful. Clid, what can you find here with the Dragon's Rage?
TP in the back line. This is going to be TheShy joining in. SofM at half HP without a Cyclone and a Flash. As Care goes in, he has death from below, but On's getting out. Hung now giving over TheShy, close to a kill as Care's in the middle of the team without anyone nearby. TheShy is running into 3 people. Make it 4 with Summit now rejuvenated with a TP of his own burned. TheShy doesn't care, refuses to let us know. And Weibo Gaming going to get this Dragon by sheer force, it seems.
Again, it's just Weibo's late. Game team fights as On goes off, but Weibo will get the Dragon.
Well, I guess that's worth it, Dagda. On had to sacrifice himself, it seems, as Cloud Soul going to be started to stack up as well. Remember that out of combat movement speed, the slow resist as well. Going to be huge, Dagda, especially when TheShy is going to be side laning against a Gwen, against a Tempest cripple, which is Lee Sin, right? There's a lot of slows to be looked at, and I feel like slow resistance is something that just has so much added value.
It really does, as you say, especially when you're looking at some of the slows that can come through off of people like Gwen, the Lee Sin. But again, we're kind of looking here, like, this was a good engage from Care, but On's able to just immediately get out. And look at where FPX are, right? Clid's not coming in, Summit's only just off a reset, Lwx isn't getting any auto attacks, and I mean, although Care gets a engage, I don't think it was the one that he really wanted to look for. And On then, kind of a similar story here, trying to play keep away to let them get the blue buff, and ends up costing him a lot there.
Just saw them walk in. Hang on, we get a 1v1 again. Needlework does come out. It's a TP, but TheShy's close to killing someone already. Vitals exposed. FPX are bringing 5 members down to the bottom lane. The rest of Weibo Gaming aren't finding too much, but FPX wanted him bad.
And this is how you carry as a top laner when you have an advantage. You play like a goddamn lunatic. You just take every trade that you can, because you're forcing TPs from FPX, giving presence on the top side of the map to threaten the Baron, threaten tier 2s, and TheShy, I mean, he's totally fine. He's just been able to farm up nice and easy. We're getting a quick replay here as, I mean, he's just chasing down Summit everywhere he goes.
Man, he's taking the 1v1s firmly now as well, Dagda. Ravenous Hydra picked up, and Summit doesn't have his second item yet, as On might have found Hung, who's backing. But how much can they follow up on it? Not too much is the answer, of course, as Lwx is also there. But this is a real problem. This 50 CS in the lead Fiora is now popping down turrets. Of course, if I could do math, I would tell you it's actually 40, but the point still stands that here's a problem. Almost level 16 Dagda. 2 levels currently over Summer.
Look, you're just future pacing, because it feels inevitable that TheShy is going to get a quite sizable lead in this side lane. The fact that he's now onto the tier 2, Summit trying to group up with the main roster as well, shows that he just can't deal with this. And Weibo are totally fine to let this keep happening. It's like, okay, cool, TheShy's going to keep threatening. We'll just continue wishing about the place, waiting for On to find one member who's separated. Then we can look for a pick. If not, cool. I mean, TheShy's just winning sides for us. As long as FPX aren't able to interact on the map, we're doing well.
Clearing vision as well on the way. I mean, On is getting massive value. Look at the Umbral Glaive, ladies and gentlemen. 119 is the ward score. And right now, On is just clearing left, right, and center. It's such a good item on some of these lethality supports first. Like, Dagda, I told you, I'm spamming Pantheon solo queue with support. I think center at some point as well. I was there in solo queue too. Like, Umbral Glaive, such a fun item. So good for the game as On is playing ambitiously. SofM playing cheeky at the same time as well. So, FPX trying to walk in Dagda, but they're just not given a chance as we're doing this again, aren't we? Lens, spot it out, run away.
Have you ever seen, I think it's the video of the ducks who walk out into the snow and they're all excited about getting out of the snow. And then they feel the cold of their feet and they immediately all turn around as a group and run back inside. That is the exact image I get of Summit as he attempts to walk into any sort of lane. He's like, oh, this is great, CS. And then he sees TheShy, is like, I'm going home.
Oh, and we're back again. Hey, there's going to be a 1v2 though. Hung's helping out. TheShy is out with his ghost, but can he get outmatched? Yes, Hung helps out, and he's going to go down to his 3rd death. TP coming in from Angel as well, who's now stuck in the middle of this, but he'll be helped out by On if he can get his reset down. Summon is exposed and in the same spot. X marks the spot number 1. As On now has another on to Hung, dodges out. Hung, you absolute beast. So well played, he knows he's dead, but he denies On from getting the 2nd.
45 seconds before the dragon as well. Weibo will get Summit and will get Hung though. So it's a trade in both top and supports on either side. So Weibo trying to see if they can get that little bit more, but FPX feeling invigorated off of that one. We'll continue to put presence in towards this this bot side of the map. Replay time up and available. TheShy very close again to getting another kill here. But watch every time Summit is just like, I'm hugging the wall. You're not getting this last grand challenge. The damage is starting to come through for Summit as well, where you can't just kind of brute force this as TheShy as much as you were able to in the past. And then Angel just barely able to get these plays around. But as we come into the fight, keep your eyes on Lwx. He is huge with 4 items now complete.
And we haven't talked much about AD carries, right? Because it's been about the solo laners. The Summit now charging in on TheShy by themselves. FPX move a 5-man unit towards them. But these much healthier dragons have now spawned number 4 here, which could be the second cloud for Weibo, but could also lead to soul point for FPX. They move down again against TheShy, against On, but then the dragon pulled over. Resetting for the time being, Dagda. This is going to be a long one.
On is trying to get into another flank position. Weibo want to come in from so many different angles, but On's
caught.
caught.
He gets past Care, though. He gets past Care, and now with the Emperor survived, Care's taking the blast, going to get over, flashes burners. We get the dragon fight, and it goes through to Huanfeng. Weibo Gaming get it with a kickback onto Wukong. His greatest Huanfeng is now the target, but here comes Might Shy in the background. A great Azir ulti as Hung might be the first to die. Grand challenges pop, but TheShy is by himself. Clid with the Sonic Wave only needs to connect as he kites it out. Gets the W running for his life. Summits over the wall. TheShy is almost out. A Sonic Wave to connect as Clid doesn't have the ulti, but On's here on the Pyke. It's a good bone skewer to save his top laner, but he dies for it. TheShy running for his life still, and he's out somehow while Huanfeng is getting mid-turret.
I mean, it's... just play the yakety sax on this one, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the fact that Dragon has now got over as well to Weibo. Huanfeng will get the Dragon. He'll get the mid-tower. Clid and TheShy want to make sure that the musical instruments never stop playing as they fight over the red buff. But, yeah, 2 Dragons now for Weibo. The gold kind of getting to the point where it's irrelevant. It's more coming down to execution. The execution definitely starting to come out a little bit more on FPX's side, though. As you can see here, right, Weibo just barely get the steal. Clid gets a great kick onto SofM, which also connects onto Angel, which sets up this fight. And it's only the fact that Weibo, well, notably TheShy, starts to get some funky business going on here, that this doesn't end so much worse for Weibo.
Oh my god. Dagda, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're 16 kills in, we're 31 minutes into the game. It's not as bloody as the last series, but it is just wild yakety sax. You said the words perfectly. We are at a late game point, right? This Fiora now has a hull breaker. You look at Summit on the other end. He's still trying to get himself that Shadow Flame. And I was going to ask you a little bit about what we should be setting up for, because I know that Angel as well is very relevant at this point too. But I just can't get my eyes off this top lane where TheShy versus Summit continues to play out while Weibo Gaming try to play with the 4 versus 4.
Oh, Angel!
The 4 versus, oh my god, it's a good shuffle. Such a good shuffle. That's groundbreaking. FPX, hang on, all of a sudden, it might be anticlimactic, but Weibo Gaming have absolutely collapsed FPX in one simple move.
Amazing from Angel. Care was topside. Summit shows bot. He didn't have TP up and available just as that fight kicked off. And Weibo now can crack the base, but I mean, it's 25 seconds until FPX are back up with AD carry and the jungle. Yep. Are we just looking for this?
I mean, I don't know when FPX need this win to get into playoffs. Surely not, right? This should be their last stand as TheShy goes to backline, dealing with Hung while FPX are getting poked down. TheShy running amok. He gets grand challenge and he's going to walk forward with his own skin. My dear Lord. Don't give TheShy Fiora lesson number 1. And don't give Weibo a way to make this game done in a couple of minutes. FPX denied the crucial win. And Weibo Gaming bringing that chat energy for a 2-0.
Just like that. Weibo bring it across the line, absolutely destroying FPX. And you can see there, FPX, they know. I mean, Lwx even just out. He's walking away. He knew that this was the moment where they had to try and get into playoffs, but okay, he's coming back. Obviously, a bit of a whoopsie there. Hasn't been on stage for a while, but you can tell for these guys, it meant a lot. They knew that this was going to be the one with a hug between the Korean top laners, but my God, this was Weibo destroying FPX, and maybe their hopes of getting in towards playoffs.
God damn. Well, at least he came back, Dagda. At least he came back. A cute moment between TheShy and Summit, but, you know, cute's not what I would say. TheShy on this Fiora, even with the camp, even with the constant ganks from Clid, still found his way ahead. And this is the reason why we talk up this top laner. This is the reason why we highlight picks like this for him. I feel like for Weibo Gaming, it adds such a strong element when they have top lane doing well, when SofM and Angel did a bit more syncing up in that series, Dagda, and when the bottom lane just gets to sit back with a pina colada and chill out for 2 games.
And it's just as easy as that for Weibo. And the thing is, like, Weibo, they still have, like, so they just taken down FPX. If you're a Billy fan, this is massive for you.
Oh, yeah.
BLG now still to play Weibo. They could potentially now move beyond FPX in the standings as well. Both sitting at 6 and 9. We have to see if Billy can maybe try and overtake them. IG as well, still not officially out of the running. But I mean, a single win for TT, for FPX, BLG will put them out of contention. But again, this is heartbreaking for FPX. Like, they desperately needed this win so they could try and hit the 8 and 8. Because now you're looking at like AL, LNG, OMG. If they win a single series, that is it for FPX.
Yeah. In such a dangerous position as you highlight, we look at Weibo though. Dagda guaranteed in top 6. So they are at bare minimum going to have a round 2 start. Well, no matter what, they're going to have a round 2 start, I realize, because they can't go any higher. Top 6 is where they're locked in. We've already got our top 4, but Weibo Gaming can try and get their 5th seed, right? They can try and overtake EDG. They do have themselves LNG in the final series of the split, but Weibo being top 6, I think that's exactly where a lot of us put them, like as a 6th place team in the league. And they've been so impressive this split in some of these key moments. I feel like On's had a better performance, even though he had some crazy ones on the Pyke that game. And I'm glad we get to talk about TheShy in such a positive light. Definitely deserves to be highlighted after that game because, look, as I said, Dagda, Huanfeng didn't have to do anything. And you look at top side, TheShy just bumping out damage in a game where Clid lived with him. It's like, you know, TheShy was this 14-year-old boy living with his parents, and Clid's like the grandpa cramping his style. TheShy doesn't want to be there. He just wants to get through it so he can move out one day. And TheShy, I'm happy to say, now gets to move out after this 33-minute game, Dagda. That's his life. That's TheShy's life. Perfect
I
sense.
just love how TheShy and Summit were playing an entirely different game to everyone else in the map.
Yeah.
Because, like, Angel has his damage, don't get me wrong. But TheShy and Summer were just bashing and fighting, kicking and clawing and screaming their entire way across the rift. And then you look at everyone else and they're just like, yeah, we're just kind of sitting back and chill. We'll see you at Dragon.
Sure.
See you at Rift Child. Yeah, cool. But definitely means that, again, TheShy, 30.8% of the team's damage. Angel with 36% of the team's damage. The solo laners popping off for Weibo, even in these fights as well, honestly. The Weibo solo laners were doing a ton of work, and Huanfeng just gets the coast when Weibo's popping off.
Dude, look at Summit's damage. Like 46% is insane for a losing team. And you can see the rest didn't really do too much, but Summit constantly trading. Damage taken for TheShy is 38% as well. Oh, that's just hilarious watching through.
I think the heartbreaking thing is LWX with 22%. Because it felt like with the Sivir pick up here, there should have been moments where he would have been able to get a ton of damage off. He was approaching 6 items on this Sivir, like had the Infinity Edge, had everything he could kind of hope for, but unfortunately just wasn't able to find those moments where he could get damage off. And I think that's kind of been the unfortunate story for FPX, is like we're not seeing LWX and Hung set up in the same way that we saw in spring. And I think it's massively damaging the chances that they have then when they come to these late game fights. Like, yes, Clid played heavily around Summit at the top side, but Summit was never going to be the win condition when he's got to try and split push against this Fiora the whole time. So
yeah,
just a bit unfortunate for FPX, and it does mean it's highly unlikely that they will actually make the playoffs. I mean, 6 and 9 now.
Yep.
Yeah, they can only get one more win, which I believe is against WE at the end of the split, which in theory should be a win, but it's completely out of their hands now. Like TT sitting at 6 and 7, they've got like RNG, which is a tough one, don't get me wrong, but Ultra Prime and Rare Adam still to play. Very winnable series for them. LNG, I don't think has an easy one. They have Weibo left to play, so they're kind of hoping Weibo can take down LNG. Anyone's Legends still have like top esports and stuff to play. Maybe they fall, but it's very much a case of hoping and waiting for FPX to see what they can achieve.
Yeah. because game difference starts to come into the conversation. Like, even if anyone's Legend lose all games, let's say they pull up a game here and there, Dagda only at -1, FPX would be at -2. So even if AL lost every series that we're expecting them to, right? If they took a game,
That's all.
then against FPX, it would really kick them in the shin. So it looks so hard. I didn't hear MVP, but we'll bring it up anyway. Angel. Okay, so Angle got it here when that is here. I don't know, dude. I'm kind of disturbed by that. Wait, what? Why did Angel get it? He ordered
Bigger
attack.
number, better person. And to be fair,
God.
that big engage at the end was kind of the clincher there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think overall, I mean, it would have been between the two solo laners, and I think Angel definitely had a good game and honestly a good series across the board here, and being able to help out quite substantially across the line and making sure that you got a lot of success here for Weibo, where they could actually close it out against FPX.
Just watching it on play here as well. Oh, that was so nice from Hung. Dagda, I'm pretty offended right now. I'm pretty offended because, well, we don't even see the play that won them the game. Care's ultis were better in some instances as well. I don't know. Definitely robbed. You know, TheShy on Fiora, boys.
You're
we
just
know.
a salty fanboy. That's all you are, Hysterics. How dare you?
You know, just because he doesn't elaborate doesn't mean he doesn't get MVP. I feel like game 1, we were kind of there as well, but all I'm saying is, we got an interview with Hung, however, which is interesting. We get to talk to FPX here.